Hey guys, welcome back. I meant to post this video a day or two ago, but I just didn't have time. So if you guys are still doing Black Friday shopping over this, Thanksgiving long weekend, hopefully you'll find the information here helpful towards your goal. And any of the links, codes, all of that will be in the description below, like always. And so I've curated from a number of places with deals that I normally don't see throughout the year. And some of these are just, they're quite a steal. I'm gonna start with Pat McGrath because if you recall a few videos ago, I mentioned posting on Instagram asking for interest in a Pat McGrath recommendations video, and overwhelmingly, everybody was interested. So I just want to start with Pat McGrath first since I don't have the time to create a separate dedicated video. However, I did do a Pat McGrath shopping video for last year that is, for the most part, still applicable. I think some items are either not on sale or are part of the exclusions, something like that, but you might be able to get those items in a set. So she has a lot of sets this year that are part of the Black Friday deal, and all that information you'll find on the website. So starting with Pat McGrath, the number one item I really do recommend is her Mega Palette, Mothership Mega. This is Celestial Odyssey. Look at all the shades you can play with. And while none of these are special shades, which is what she is known for, those tend to be in the, 10 eyeshadows, large or standard Mothership palettes with the lacquered compact. You can still play with her mattes, metallics. She has a 24K like gold foil. There's some dual chromes in here, and it's, I think, signature colorful Pat McGrath story. And you could really stick with some maybe neutral looks using the shadows here, or going for something bright and very eye-catching, or you can do a smoky look that is nice sparkly black that also has green, pink, and silver sparkles in it. You can use that to really deepen up above the lash line, add some dimension. So there's a lot of versatility in this palette. I've also used it to create three different looks, and each time you guys have told me you really enjoy those looks. So this is my number recommendation from the Pat McGrath sale. The second item is going to be her latest. This is her 10 eyeshadows lacquered compact. This is the, standard Mothership palette. This is Utopia, and Utopia is the latest that she's released. While it's not pastel and pink, unlike all the kind of inspiration Instagram posts that she shared with us, it does, have quite a bit of pink and some really beautiful special shades. This duochrome glittery purple, you just pop it onto the center of your lid and it just elevates your look. This is what Pat McGrath is known for. This you can purchase as part of the sale separately by itself. And actually, I did not talk about the sale or what you get from the sale. So if your purchase is $50 or more, you will receive 25% off. If it is $150 or more, you'll receive 30% off. And I think the next tier above that is going to be 35%. So that is the best sale that I've seen her come out with. That is generally, it's not site-wide, but it's applicable to a lot of products. Last year she did have a really awesome lipstick sale, and you can get some lipsticks for as low as less than $10, something like that. I did not participate, but I remember looking at it and just being stunned. So $250 plus, if your purchase is above that, you will receive 35% off. In addition to the eyeshadows, there's also her latest collection, her Divine Blushes that came out spring of this year. I think these are really beautiful. They're very pigmented, they're easy to work with. It comes in a satin finish. Actually, two of the shades are satin, and then the rest are matte. But they're very smooth, and when they came out, everybody was really excited and we were generally impressed. This is her Nectar highlight that came out along with the blushes at the same time. This is my favorite highlight of hers because of that. It almost looks sheer and skin-like, but when the light hits it, it just has that glow. So it makes it easy to wear. It's like a peachy golden shade. Makes it easy to wear, but also gives you a bit more emphasis, a bit more like eye-catching, a bit more bling, but there's no sparkles. So it's like a soft metallic finish that just kind of glides on. And I find that this highlighter does not accentuate, or it takes a lot to really accentuate any texture. So I really, this is why it's my favorite highlighter from her so far. And if you are interested in any other, you know, Pat McGrath, like her eyeliner, any of the lipsticks that you just want to try, you can certainly grab one of the bundles that includes the Utopia plus a lipstick plus, you know, maybe mascara, eyeliner. You can also get her Mothership Bronze Seduction palette, one of her bestsellers, most popular 10 eyeshadow palette. You can't get it individually, but you can get it as a set, which comes with, I think, her mascara and eyeliner. So go check it out if you're interested. Some of the best deals that I've seen this year from Pat McGrath. The next amazing deal that has been going on for some time now is from Rephr. Rephr is having a 50% off site-wide sale. I've not come across a sale like that this whole year for them. My recommendations for that sale is going to be their bronzing brush, number 22. I use this all the time, used it today, just to add some color, warm up the complexion. Love this brush. It just feels, it feels great. It's soft. Anytime, you know, if I went heavy-handed in my bronzer, I just keep diffusing it and it's no problem. Fixes mistakes really easily. I also find myself going back to a lot of their face brushes because my next recommendation is going to be the brush 30. This is for all over face powder, could be setting powder, finishing powder. Again, very soft, just easy, makes easy work of the product, and I find myself going back to this one as well. And the last brush I've been going back a lot to in the last, especially in the last week actually, is brush number 5. This little, it's just fluffy enough that you can, you know, even for a very pigmented blush, like a very colorful pigmented blush, I can just dab it on really lightly and then use the other side if there's not already pigment on it and just blend it out. It's dense enough to pick up a good amount of product without having to always, you know, go back in, but it's also fluffy enough to just help you diffuse. Also helps, you know, correct some minor mistakes or too heavy placement of the blush. Also comes up to this, it's just flat right here, but these angles are helpful, because if you wanted to do some, you know, just kind of shaping in this area, you could do that with the sides too. Yeah, this really works for me. And I have several blush brushes that I like, but this one I find myself going back to as well. So this is definitely a top contender. The next set of deals are from Beautylish, and the two that really stood out to me. The first one is Tom Ford. So in the set, they included Rose Prisme and a blush duo. So Rose Prisme and the blush duo are fairly new products from the brand. The blushes were from maybe launched 2 months ago, and Rose Prisme 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago. All of that for, oh, and a lipstick, and also lipstick for $150. I just want to let that sink in for a moment. This quad goes for $89, the blush duo $90. So just the quad and blush duo alone is like $175, $176. And for $150, so that's 15% off the duo, and then you get basically a free lipstick. And then on top of that, Beautylish is giving away Tom Ford gifts when you buy Tom Ford items. So that is one of the best deals that I've seen for new products. Now for Rose Prisme, the color story itself, I think it's suitable for fair to light skin tone, medium to deep skin tones. Even for me, this shade here is really light, same with this one. And this one is strictly kind of a lid topper. So I don't find myself going back to this for that reason, although I do really enjoy all of these shades, actually, especially these two here. It's just not as versatile if you have deeper skin tones. The second amazing set is Natasha Denona's bronze palette, plus her bronze cheek palette, and a I Need a Nude lipstick that goes with this color story. I love the bronze palette. It is my second most favorite Natasha Denona palette. It is coppery and bronzy at the same time, so you have a lot of red and earth tones, so it's a very, very warm palette, but I just love this. I love this and want to revisit again. I'm going to leave it on my vanity. The shade here is Silk. It is soft like butter. Sure, it's great for summer, but you can wear this all year round. And for the bronze cheek palette, really mixed reviews here. I really like this palette. I normally don't even go for bronzy looks, but this really inspired me to kind of step out of my comfort zone and do something different. I really like the looks that I got out of it. If I can find a picture, I will post right above here to show you guys. I do not think this works for medium to deep skin tones, but between fair to light and light medium skin tones, I think this would work for you. And that bundle deal is excellent. If nothing else, you're just curious at how good this deal is, feel free to click through and see. These two retailers are based in Europe, so if you're from the UK or anywhere in Europe, I hope you find some good deals through them. I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Palette Universe. This was released just this year, and this is currently on sale at Cult Beauty for 25% off and an additional 10% if you use a code. This is my favorite edit palette from Hourglass in the past couple years. So 2019, 2020, so-so. I mean, 2020 was okay, but this one is indeed my favorite of all three. And from memory, I did see some Charlotte Tilbury on sale too. Same deal, 25% off plus an additional 10%. There was her, I think, finishing or setting powder and one of the quads. They also have a bunch of other different brands on there, so I will link directly to the page. Check it out if you want to see there's something you can get for a great deal. Next is Selfridges. Selfridges is having a Black Friday beauty sale, but what really stood out to me is the 10% off SUQQU. It does require a code, so from SUQQU, I'm going to recommend their Powder Blush Compact 103, and I just used the shade yesterday for Thanksgiving dinner. Lovely. It just goes well with any terracotta eyeshadow looks, anything that's like brown, warmer, or with a hint of red, a hint of orange. I love this. You can also use this as bronzer. There are two highlighters here. Just want to swatch that for you. It's lovely. And also this shade here. With the deeper shades, richer shades, I do think this can work for medium to tan skin tones and perhaps even deep skin tones too. This one here, also beautiful. And if you've always wanted to try a quad from SUQQU, because people seem to go crazy, they go nuts over these quads, I would recommend any of the non-limited edition that are still available. This is Chantecaille. You've got these, you know, taupey brown with some gray undertone to it and this pop of red here. These are just soft and beautiful, gives you a nice wash of color, reminds me of watercolors, like painting, and that is why people really love them. They're just very easy to work with and they're very flattering. A list of beauty retailers would not be complete if I didn't mention Sephora. There was something, part of their Black Friday deal, that really did caught my eye. It is the Milk makeup set. And I think it's only retailing for $15 with the sale. It comes with a mini cheek and lip color, and I think this is going to be, or it is going to be, in the shade Work. Very, very nice shade. Probably one of the best when it comes to stick or cream blushes. One of the best shades that I have because it just works with everything. And then their mascara. Also great, just lengthening, volumizing. The only thing for me with the mascara is it does smudge, and it has to do with just, you know, right here, I get transfer, no matter the brand. Actually, there's probably one or two brands this doesn't happen with, but unfortunately it happens with me. So I don't wear this for an all day type of thing. If I'm just going out for a couple of hours, then certainly I will pop this on. Then there's also the Hydro Grip Primer. It is does not contain any silicone. It's oil free. There's also the bronzer, which I haven't tried, but I've heard many good things about. And then also their setting powder. This, as I go through it, I'm gonna get another one. So I just find that the, handful of items Milk comes out with, they're just really solid. So if you like clean formulation and products that perform, my vote is on them. And seeing this like little set that you can try one of everything, that's perfect. It's such a great deal. So I definitely wanted to mention that for you guys. Next sale is from Viseart. They're having a pretty nice deal on their website. It includes all of their items. You can get up to 50% off. And the latest release they have from, I think just last week, is a Petite Pro palette called Paris Étoile, which I don't have, but I do have also released very recently the Holiday Petite Fool. You guys saw when I swatched all of these and demoed, I used this palette here, Peridot. Love the look that I created. And then in a subsequent video, I also created looks from Lapis and Garnet. Hopefully I get a chance to use Bullion, but full endorsements for these. I think they're wonderful, and I think they are 25% off right now on the site. And if any of these Étendu palettes, if you're into, slightly bigger palettes because there's more shades to play with, Cashmere, lovely cool tone fall eyeshadow palette. And there's also just enough mattes, a light matte brown, to give you like everything you need to work with. You don't have to be an expert at creating eyeshadow looks, because there's just enough there to make it easy, like giving you just the right building blocks to get a really nice look. And then if you want something more colorful, more playful for the holidays, there's also Bijouette. And out of the two, I really can't choose a favorite because they're so different from each other. They're just really strong on their own, being that Cashmere is cool, neutral, very pretty, but still interesting. And then you have this, just so much fun, like party vibes, holiday vibes. So I like them both equally in different ways. And these are on sale as well. Counting down to the last few places, Victoria Beckham Beauty is having a sale on their site, 20% off your entire order. And if your order exceeds $100, you will receive a free mascara. I actually have the new Victoria Beckham Posh lipstick in the shade Moody on. Love the shade. This wine red. And then I also have 3 of her lid lusters. So the silver here is Mirror. The deeper kind of beige shade is Mink. And then above that on the crease, just very shimmering glittery or extra glittery, is Chiffon. And Chiffon is like a champagne shade. It's quite sheer. I put all these 3 together to demo. I just filmed another video on this, but yeah, just to show that it works. But you can certainly use the shades individually as well as your one and done. And the lid lusters are great. I love them. And you guys know how much I just love the Posh lipsticks. They're just comfortable. Moody is especially pigmented, unlike her other shades, and I just really appreciate it for the holidays. So those are my items from Victoria Beckham. We also have Chantecaille. So I have a whole video on this, won't go into detail, but I do have an update for you. I tried their Rose de Mai face oil, which I use 2 to 3 times a week, and I use it underneath my moisturizer in the evening. It's very much needed hydration. I have combination skin, but yet it dries out overnight. And I have trouble in certain areas where it gets kind of patchy and dry. But with this oil, it just gives that added hydration. So love this. If you love the smell of roses, that's all I get. 100% this nice fragrant rose scent. And the other item from Chantecaille that I want to call out is the Eclat Brilliant, this highlighter. You think that If you have a handful of highlighters, you've seen most of them, do you really need more? Yes, yes you do. I realized I need another highlighter after I saw this. It is the perfect luxury makeup gift for others or yourself. And it comes with a pouch. So beautiful. It's stunning. It looked beautiful online, but when I got it, I was like, wow, this is stunning. And this embossing here, that's tweed-like. It's just the level of detail. It's also fairly, you know, it's not heavy, but it certainly gives a luxurious feeling. And I already have highlight on, so I won't put more on, but I just want to swatch this. This is the Chantecaille highlight that I've seen with the most impact, but in a good way. In a good way. It's buildable, but you're not overdoing it. It's so pretty. Then we have Natasha Denona sale on her website. The Lila palette has been back in stock for some time, and now it is half off. My first Natasha Denona palette, my first luxury high-end eyeshadow palette. It is also my favorite ND palette. You can also get the bronze palette discounted as well, although the discount isn't quite as steep as what's found on Beautylish. But you can also get the sunset palette, sunrise palettes at a further discount. I think this looks like 25%. Circle Loco also has a great deal. This might be my third favorite Natasha Denona palette. It's so colorful and fun. Really fun. I've had, just every time I take it out, it's inspirational. It inspires me to do something different out of my comfort zone. Got these bright metallics. Her metallics are buttery, and these are no different. And if you're looking for something colorful, a little bit more subdued, and more suitable for fall winter, like cooler overall, there is the Trio Chrome palette. These three here are multi-chromes, but it's paired with a lot of matte shades. If you've liked or you've always enjoyed Natasha Denona mattes, you get really a lot of that here. I think even though this is marketed as you get 3 multi-chromes in this palette, it's really a matte eyeshadow lover gem that has these shades to like make things pop a little bit more, make it a little bit more interesting, but you can really play around with these mattes. It's organized in such a way that it's suggested you could create, a green look and having, that as kind of your center eye-catching shade with each row. So these are coordinated that way as well. And last but not least, Beautycounter is having a 15% site-wide sale. If you use Beautycounter, now is a good time to stock up. I'm going to stock up on some moisturizers and makeup cleansing wipes. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you find everything that you've been waiting on, that you're trying to find a deal on, and that you get all of your shopping done very smoothly. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.